Welcome to TalkAboutTopeka.com. I'm Chris Schultz. On this episode, we're going to be speaking with Karen Hastings, the star of Driving Miss Daisy at the Break Room. This episode is brought to you by the WIBW channels and the Break Room, downtown's best spot for hot lunch and the Gourmet Cabaret Dinner Theater. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode because it all starts right, wait for it, now. Well, sitting on the green couch with me is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. It is the lovely Miss Karen Hastings. She's setting a record, folks. She's been on our show more than anybody else ever.
It's because I'm so pushy, right?
Me too. What can I say? Well, how are you doing, Karen?
I'm doing great, and I'm delighted you invited me again.
Well, absolutely. I'm all about shameless self-promotion. That's so wonderful. Mama didn't raise no dummies, folks.
That's right. So. Shameless self-promotion. I can identify with that a little bit.
Well, one of the things we've been working on, a project, and
yes.
I haven't so much. I just basically provide a space here, and I get to work so well with Arts Inc. because you guys do a wonderful job bringing the arts to the stage. You're bringing live theater to downtown Topeka. I'm so glad that we at the Break Room can provide a home for you.
Oh, Chris, that's wonderful. Believe me, we're delighted to have a home as well.
Absolutely. We've done several projects now. We're going on a couple of years now, so this is good. And we're working on Driving Miss Daisy right now.
Yes, we are.
And, of course, starring the lovely Karen Hastings.
I said when you direct the shows, you can also do the casting. Shameless self-promotion. There it is. Right? It's wonderful to be queen. Yes.
But it's good. It's great to see you on stage again. You know, especially in such a wonderful role like Miss Daisy.
I love it.
Yeah. I know a lot of folks. You know, they've seen the movie. It hasn't really been done around here too much. But you know, tell us a little bit about the actual play version.
The play version. Well. Alfred Uri also wrote the screenplay, so the screenplay stays pretty true to the play. And yet, of course, being a movie, they could flesh it out and they put in a lot of characters that are only talked about in the stage play. And there you actually saw the accident where Miss Daisy demolishes her car. Things like that they can always do in movies that we don't do in the stage play. But the stage play is it's a fun, well, I mean, the man won a Pulitzer Prize for it, and it's just incredibly well written, which is such a gift because it makes it a lot easier to act, you know, if something is that well written.
And especially when people have such iconic pictures of the movie, Driving Miss Daisy, that did a wonderful. Morgan Freeman and Jessica Tandy and those guys and that. I mean, they've raised the bar so high.
Yes, they did.
And luckily they have, you know, because I think it's a piece that needs to be done with quality. Oh. And folks, you're going to see that with Karen and the cast. Tell us about who's in the show.
Dana Shobe is in the show. He plays Hoke, and he's delightful. Dennis Dobson is also, they're going to be wonderful. And Dennis is very well acquainted with all of the Jewish things that come forward in the show and has filled us in on a lot of events and things that are celebrated, the way things are done, which just helps, you know, to have that as background. And Dana he's very young. We tease him because he's so young, but his acting ability is incredible. So it's such a pleasure to do this show. Carol Reese is directing it.
Yeah, Carol Reese, who's the retired president and CEO of Topeka Civic Theater.
Right, and she's a delight to work with. I mean, she really plumbs roles. She really does. I mean, she digs down and forces you to look at things you might not think to look for yourself. And that's, you know, you grow, so.
There's so many themes in Driving Miss Daisy as a show. You know, there's obviously racial themes, there's religious themes, there's aging themes. I mean, just take your pick. It's full of them.
It's full of them. And it runs a 25-year span. She goes from being the age of 72 to 97, and we start in 1948. So, I mean, it's very soon after World War II. Then we go through to her wanting to take Hope to the Martin Luther King dinner. And it brings back, for those of us who are old enough, it brings back, oh my gosh, all those memories. You know, the JFK assassination is coming up. All those tumultuous years that some of us lived through, some of you only read about, but believe me, they formed the future we're in now. They really did.
Absolutely, good or bad, whatever you call
Yeah,
that.
whatever,
It's
whatever.
where we are
However,
here today. Yeah.
Right, right.
And I want to also talk about the food. Chef Michelle's put together a wonderful menu for the show, and we're going to put that on the screen so you can see what it looks like. And it's going to be fantastic. It's a Southern Jewish-inspired menu because, of course,
Really?
Miss Daisy is Jewish. We know that,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
know that it takes place in the South. So she's really, in this case, she's tried to take something that's really, the theme of the meal,
Wonderful.
as though you might be in Miss Daisy's house having dinner with her.
Oh, that's
So
great.
It's kind of a dinner party at Miss Daisy's. So
Yeah, we hadn't checked with each other, so I didn't know that either. That's wonderful.
It's a fantastic meal. And of course, folks can buy tickets for Driving Miss Daisy. It's happening through August at the Break Room. Tickets are available at breakroomdowntown.com. We would absolutely love to have you there.
Yes, we would.
Yes, because it's really, we're having a lot of fun with this stuff, and we're bringing
We
these
are.
wonderful shows to downtown Topeka. The last few shows that we've done have been complete sold-out shows. The
Yeah, they
Drunkard,
have.
we had a wait list for that one. We added a couple of performances that immediately sold out. It was really spectacular, so don't wait to
Right,
get your
don't wait to
tickets.
get your tickets, because this is she's such a wonderful, they're all wonderful characters. So, but of course, I'm in love with Daisy.
As you
She
should
is-
be.
Yeah, she is so frisky. Let me tell you, she doesn't take anything off anybody.
Well, I think drawing some points here, as these folks are very familiar with the movie, and then the play version. Sometimes people say, well, I saw this movie and then I read the book and it was completely different. Are we looking
No.
at pretty much?
It's exactly the same. Actually, as I say, it's fleshed out a little in the movie, because in the movie you can actually go to the garage and see the car and that sort of thing that you can't provide on stage. And yet the stage version, that's where we started with this show. He started with a stage version, and it's the one that won the Pulitzer. That's why they went ahead and did the movie.
Absolutely.
Because it was so successful, and it's dynamite. That script is it's incredible, and we've got incredible people doing it. So
What I think is really exciting about it is that it's such an intimate show, because it is about an intimate, as intimate as it can be for a relationship between Miss Daisy and Hoke.
Right.
And you're putting that intimate show in a very intimate venue, and you're right up there. So this is perhaps an experience for Driving Miss Daisy like you've never seen an experience for Driving Miss Daisy.
That's
Up
one
close
thing.
and personal right there.
That's a wonderful thing about working at the Break Room, really, because you're so close to that audience, and they are so close to you that they don't miss anything. We're just all right there together, and I love working that way.
Well, and I know everybody loves seeing Miss Hastings on stage. We love working with you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Chris.
so much for coming out and talking about Driving Miss Daisy. And break a leg, I'll say, to
Thank
you
you.
and the rest of the cast.
Thank you.
And again, Driving Miss Daisy is all through the month of August. So get your tickets at breakroomdowntown.com. Karen, thank you so much.
Thanks, Chris.
You bet.
Busy life.